You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Just like a pimple on the left. Somebody says something and you don't like it.
I'm always like, a new Wes Anderson movie. Are you a Wes fan?
I'm a Westside Gun fan. No.
Yo, what a collab. Westside Anderson?
Westside Anderson?
Yo.
Who here are the murderers? I see.
The movie is the beginning and the middle and the end.
If I cut this steak and it's raw, I'm going to eat the whole steak?
No, but you might eat the potatoes.
You are tapping into parts of the force that some deem unnatural. No, you laugh.
And now he's a walking billboard for you.
Correct.
Yo, where'd you get that sick bitch, man?
See, that's where you start to lose me.
Why?
I'm an artist to my bones. I don't give a f about, I love the connection.
Hey, it's Hen Dog.
Black Zeus the Podcast Season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram. Alright, I'm done.
Yeah, what's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Black Zeus the Podcast Season 6, Episode 24. We are back. I hope you had a lovely 7 days, and the next 7 days are even more lovely than the last lovely 7 days. Good night, everybody. Yeah, you know what it is. Black Zeus the Podcast, the place where we come and break down our week in comedy and our thoughts on just random gibberish in life. But you know I don't do this by myself. Before we get to that, though, have you seen the latest episodes of Black Zeus the Show? They're streaming on the channel right now. We got new comedy clips. We got new podcast clips. We got clips. If you're interested in stuff, if you're interested in the world of comedy, go check out the show and support. Next episode will be out. I think it just dropped, actually. Will it be July? Yeah, next week is July, yeah?
Tuesday's July 1st.
Ooh, all right. So next week will be the new episode. So go catch up on episode 8 of Black Zeus the Show. And now with that out of the way, good night, everybody. Got the #1 producer in the game on my side. I'm very grateful for that because if I didn't, this probably would be over already. Dante's in the studio.
Boop, 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 boop.
That was your least inspired one for sure.
You just don't get it.
Was that Binu Binu? Binu Binu Binu.
No,
Oh, really?
No, it's a different one.
Oh, I do it again? Nah, I don't get that at all. I'm too old for this. I'm too old for this. What is it?
It's Darius. Darius Dim.
Is this like a known meme? You're gonna have to pull this one up because what the heck did you just do? I have no idea. I have no frame of reference for this. It's Darius. Oh, from Atlanta?
No.
I don't even think his name was Darius. Okay. I wish you had this prepped. I gotta find the one.
I don't know if he does it in this one.
This is abysmal.
Darius. 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 Why are you in my closet? Darius. Hey, Darius.
Does he have
Why
autism?
are you in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Shout out to Darius.
Shout out to Darius, because I was
King
about
of
to be
Stims.
rude for no reason. But it makes, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, wait a second. All right, I got one for you, which you probably know. You know all the damn memes.
It's a Simpsons one, isn't it?
You where you breathe. Right where you breathe, pal. Yeah. What? Yeah. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
Trust me.
No, you're not that guy.
You are? Yeah.
I
Are
know,
you willing to go to jail for this? Just like a pimple on the left. You hear something you don't like and you leave. Yo, you got to put on You're Not That Guy right now. What do you even think? We're going to play your memes and not my memes? What the hell is this? This is
a
equal
meme
opportunity meme. I'm about to yell at you again for no reason. You're like, please no. Oh, you f up.
I clicked on this one. It's
This is
too
a word.
late to
This is-
apologize.
You're not that guy, pal. How did that, like, if you ever encounter a person in real life with no upper lip, walk the F away immediately.
Well,
Bro,
that's
play it.
most pe-
How's that?
How's
How's
it?
that? How's that? You where you breathe.
You where you breathe.
Don't tell me what the f to do. How's that, pal?
How's that, pal?
You did. You said don't talk to people who you don't know. I'll talk to whoever the f I want to know. How's that, pal?
How's that, pal?
I did tell him not to talk to you.
That's right. So use your fucking head if you know how.
Pause it.
Okay, you little pimply little.
You pimply little shit. Yeah. Bro, this guy has no chin, no lips, no. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
You know what? He does got shoulders though. Like he's pretty jacked.
Traps. He's got the traps
he's
there.
got the traps.
You're not that guy, pal. Bro, he looks like a Bob's Burgers character. No, am I tweaking? A little bit Bob's Burgery. He looks like anybody that looks like a thumb to me. Just looks like Bob's Burger characters. This guy looks like a big toe. Anyways, keep it going for me.
Okay, you little pimply little shit.
If you guys could not do this in the store.
That sounds good to me.
You where you breathe.
I'm checking out, sir.
Yeah,
Check
go
out.
ahead, ring
Check
out.
out.
If you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet.
that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay?
You?
Absolutely.
You're gonna get arrested for this?
Arrested for doing what? Just like a pimple on the left. Somebody says something and you don't like it. And you don't like it, right? Is that what it is?
You little pimp.
You little pimp. I'll leave the store,
I'm
okay?
listening to you.
Fuck you where you breathe, pal. Right where you breathe. Go vote for fucking Biden and suck right here.
Have a good day, sir.
Vote for Trump, you idiot.
Absolute cinema. Oh, can you just turn the speaker down for me?
Go vote for Biden.
Oh, bruh. I don't know which is the better line. F you where you breathe or you're not that guy.
Definitely, you're not that guy.
Ah, bro. What was the other one? Go back to the beginning for me. We gotta run this back. We gotta do the play-by-play.
How's that?
How's that?
How's that?
I'll tell. How's that,
You
pal?
breathe, okay?
Why are you coming
Don't
after
tell me what
man?
the f to do. How's that, pal?
I didn't tell you what to
You
do.
did. You said don't talk to people who you don't know. I'll talk to whoever the f I want to know.
Never mind.
How's that, pal?
Never mind. I did tell him not to talk to you.
That's right. So use your fucking head if you know how.
Understood.
Okay, you little pimply little shit.
You little pimply little shit.
If you guys could not do this in the
How's
store.
that,
Sounds
pal?
good to me.
And so then leave.
I'm checking out, sir.
Yeah,
Check
go
out.
ahead, ring out. If you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet.
that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay?
You?
Have you seen the "You Are Not Him"? You are not him.
Maybe.
This guy goes to like a bowling tournament,
That sounds mad familiar.
and then they're like, "Yeah, I both. My average is 300." To like,
Is it the white dude?
Is a black
skinny white dude?
No, it's a white lady that's like, "You are not him."
Oh,
But it's a black guy that's like, she's like, "How are you able to bowl a 300?" And he's like, "I'm him." And she's like, "You are not him. You are not him."
Oh, I have seen this actually. Yeah, thank you. I have seen that. All right, which is the more? That's a bowling clip, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the more iconic bowling clip? That one or who do you think you are? I am.
Well, that's a real bowling clip. The other one's just trolling somebody in a bowling alley.
Yeah, bro. White people when they're excited are either this guy or the bowling guy.
Well, for what?
Who do you think you are? I am. Or you where you breathe. How's that, pal? If you hear how's that, pal, bro, your life is ruined. Look at that freeze frame.
Looks like a turtle.
You're not that guy. Trust me, you're not that guy. Anyways, how you living, bro?
Less than highly favored.
What you been up to? You can close this out.
What have I been up to?
Oh, we're gonna have to get out of here quick. I'm already sweating.
Just been doing work, hitting sets. I watched Asteroid City,
Asteroid City.
Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, you know what's funny is I love Wes Anderson, but I don't know. These last two movies have not hit the mark for me. But I didn't see them. I haven't seen them yet. I just they didn't interest me in the way I'm always like a new Wes Anderson movie. Are you a Wes fan?
I'm a Westside Gun fan. No,
Yo, what a collab, bro. Westside Anderson.
Westside Anderson.
Yo. They need to. You need to get him to make the most. What's the proper framing? Like where everything's symmetrical. It would be the most symmetrical West Side video of all time.
Yeah.
Super colorful.
Honestly, you could just do like clips from his movies to a West Side Gun song.
That's so funny. You actually could. I know all the
West Side
classics. So
Anderson.
I'm like right now in my mind piecing together the most fire music video. Very symmetrical. Very symmetrical. Whoa, this is a very whimsical for a West Side. So Asteroid City.
Yeah.
Again, just to cover, are you a West Side West Side? Are you a Wes Anderson fan?
Not really.
What have you seen any of his other movies?
No. So this was my first one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's deep dive on this for a second. This is your first Wes Anderson movie.
Yep.
And you brought it up. Like you know that, so you know the director though.
I know the director.
What put this movie in your field of view?
I think it was on Netflix.
Oh, you were just like scrolling?
Yeah.
You watch a lot of movies just like that? You actually give movies a chance like that?
Yeah, I watched Inglourious Bastards for the first time too.
For the first time?
Yeah.
And I want my scalps.
Oh my scalps.
100 nasty scalps. And I want my scalps.
He said, "Como estáis?
You're going.
We are Italians."
we're Italian. The Baron Jew. But yeah, back to Asteroid City.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think, first of all? Would you want to watch more Wes Anderson movies based off that?
Yeah, like his kind of movies are kind of my style. I just never really got into it.
Nerd. I love Wes Anderson, so I'm also calling myself that, by the way. What about his movies make you say that? Like,
because his movies are like, how do I put this? One, I love symmetry. Like you've seen the stuff I shoot.
we both got OCD in the
It's
same
very
way.
symmetrical.
But yeah.
Two, they're unique films, right? Well, I'm saying films, but like the one that I've seen is like a unique thing.
They're all unique.
Yeah.
They're like every single
They're
one of
all
them
unique.
are quirky
Yeah.
and friggin' colorful or
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like one thing that I realized and I enjoyed about it is like movies back in the day, even though this is not an old movie, it's like going back to that back in the day feel of like everything is so over the top because it's a movie. Where now everything is like super grounded.
They're trying to be real.
Exactly. But
Well,
this
Wes
is
is like this.
like people just walk into frame and like just say their lines and then they're like da-da-da-da-da-da, and
if
then-
you've met anybody that's like a character from a Wes Anderson movie, you're probably in Portland, Oregon. You're probably
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That type of weird, quirky,
yeah.
aloof, hipster.
Yeah, but like it's like every character in the movie is like an actual character, if that makes sense.
So I don't think this is a spoiler to say this, but it's great that you picked up on the fact that it feels classic because he's very much a classic filmmaker.
And that's why. So that's why I watched Wes Anderson and then I watched Quentin Tarantino because Quentin Tarantino's movies feel the same, where each character feels like a character, right? Like they're so over the top. Like we're just talking about, I need 100 nasty.
I need my nasty scalps.
Nasty scalps. Like no one talks like that.
100 scalps. The thing about Wes though is he kind of does theater troupe. So he uses the same actors in every movie almost.
Okay.
And they just swap roles. So you saying that, it's like he's such a throwback to where it's like I'll have like who's somebody who's in all like Jeff Goldblum or damn, what's his name? Bill Murray is in like 90% of his movies.
Tom Hanks was in this one.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is a newer
Steve
edition
Carell?
and
Newer edition?
newer edition.
Willem Dafoe.
Dafoe, I think. Yes, Willem Dafoe has been in Life Aquatic, which is whoo!
Bryan Cranston.
Cranston's in this?
Yeah.
So Asteroid City is the one where like it's posted like it's like the end of the world is coming type deal, motel or something out in the friggin' Nevada desert, something like this. Yeah. So this was actually his biggest ensemble cast, from what I remember.
Scarlett Johansson.
It's Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, like everything. I think the majority of the budget was in the actors, but Wes is one of those guys that people will work with on a smaller budget because they want to work with Wes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of fell off for me. Where's that French newspaper movie that I watched? That's the last one I saw in theaters. It was like during the pandemic. Anyways, it was the least memorable. That's when it started going downhill for me. I'm like, maybe it's just too much of the trope. But essentially, like every movie he does is like a stage play.
Yeah.
They break down the characters and all, like exactly what you're describing is so interesting that you haven't seen any of his other movies.
Yeah, I know.
Because you'll be like, oh, there's him and him and him and him and I'm like, oh, there's everybody.
Yeah.
If I had to give like my top 3 Wes Anderson movies, I think if you have to watch one, Royal Tenenbaums. And that's just like
What's it called?
Royal Tenenbaums. That's his second movie. The first one was Rushmore.
Okay.
And it's like super, you could tell it's his first movie. He was like in college or something when he made it.
Yeah.
But Royal Tenenbaums is like the one that put him on the map.
Okay.
Danny Glover, Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, Gwyneth Paltrow. Just awesome. Meryl Streep, I think. But
Okay.
his stories are the best. What I love about his movies, and you kind of have to really, I think, like movies to enjoy his movies, which sounds pretentious.
No,
as fuck.
but that's what I
You have
was
to-
picking up on. I'm like, this
You
is
have
like
to
a movie's movie.
Yeah, you have to enjoy like escapism.
Yeah.
If you're if accents and stuff like that bother you, you know, which obviously it doesn't to you, but like if you're a general film, if you're looking for something to watch, all his characters are very much like they talk quirky.
Yeah.
You know,
They
everybody
talk like characters. Like it's like this person, the way they talk, the way they
Yeah.
act is like completely unique.
type in. There's a great SNL sketch. Just type in SNL Wes Anderson sketch. By the way, he's filmed like commercials that are worth watching. Like he's one of my favorite modern directors. Wes Anderson horror trailer. Type that in and pause it before it starts.
This one.
Yeah. Pause it and full screen it for me. This is the perfect, and you can take off the captions. This is the perfect encapsulation of a Wes Anderson movie. And it's funny because Alec Baldwin is in this sketch, but he's actually in a lot of Wes Anderson's movies, so that it like makes it even more perfect. And Ed Norton was the SNL host, and
Okay.
he's in every Wes Anderson
Yeah,
movie.
he was
So
in
they-
this one too.
Of course he is.
I don't know.
He's in every one.
Yeah.
Again, just to give my top 3, I actually changed the number 1. It would probably be Life Aquatic with Steve Azuzu. Like Life Aquatic is just masterpiece. Then I'd say Royal Tenenbaums, and it's a toss up for me. If you're on a date, or if you're with a girl and you want to watch a really nice movie with her that'll get her in a nice date mood, Moonrise Kingdom has never failed me, bro. Especially if you're dating white women, which I haven't watched in a while because I'm not dating them in a while. But great, and it works with everybody. I watched it with black girls too. Moonrise Kingdom, perfect date movie. And just like a really good, feel good, like classic, like teen romance style. You know what I mean? Just like it just feel good movie. Toss up between that and maybe, oh damn, bro, Darjeeling is just 3 brothers on a train. That's probably his most stripped down, going through a train ride in India. I think that one was. I always forget this guy's name. He was the bad guy in Scott Pilgrim.
Which bad guy?
Oh yeah, that's right. There was like 8. Damn.
There's 6 bad guys, 1 bad girl.
So, whatever. And the other one would
Gideon,
be.
like the 7th evil X, like the main.
He's a short. I think he's the main guy. Short white dude. It's not that important. It's a
Is it
great.
Chris Evans. He's the second
It's not
evil
Chris
X.
Evans. No. It's not Chris Evans. The last one I would say is what's the hotel one? Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay, so that's the one right before Asteroid City.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
There was one before that.
The French newspaper movie that I was talking
okay.
about earlier, which I can't remember the friggin' name of. It's a good enough movie, but that's where I was like, okay, maybe I'm kind of falling off the bandwagon. Once I saw Asteroid City, I was excited, and then I tried to watch it, and I'm like, I'm out. I also don't like a lot of those actors. I really don't like Tom Hanks.
Okay.
For sketchy reasons. That guy weirds me out. If you know any of the conspiracies around this guy, there's people I can't separate. There's people where I can't separate the art from the artist, bro. And Tom Hanks, bruh, that guy needs to be locked up, allegedly. But allegedly. But yeah, I guess that's my little Wes Anderson rant. Let's end this Wes Anderson pocket on this trailer.
This Halloween comes a new vision of horror like you've never seen before. Turn it down. From the twisted mind of Wes Anderson.
The music is perfect.
Oh, that's Danny Glover. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, wow, we're saved.
Who here are the murderers? I see.
New York Times calls it, you had me at Wes Anderson. And Fangoria magazine says,
Fantastic Mr.
Rated
Fox.
G. I've always wanted to watch that.
That's one of my favorite movies, dude. Fun fact about me, I've only mentioned it a million times, but in the earlier seasons of the podcast, I went to school for animation.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, I went to college for. Oh, yo, you're a rap bastard. Yo, you're a rap bastard. I'm pissed at how well that works. That's the best use of sarcasm you've ever done. Keep that up. Hell yeah. All right. Damn, that threw me off. You're an idiot. But like I adore animation. One of my favorite all-time stop motion movies probably doesn't beat Nightmare Before Christmas.
Did he also do Dog of Isles? Or Isle of Dogs?
Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
See, that movie never really clicked with me that much. And I swear to God, bro, every dog owner friend of mine is like, that's why you've never owned a dog.
Yeah.
Apparently, especially if you've owned the dogs and love, like I love dogs, but I don't get like because that movie like super. If you own dogs, then you know everything that's happening. Like you've dealt with this with a dog.
Yeah, that's like when people say like, yeah, you haven't watched Interstellar till you have kids. You haven't heard that?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, apparently if you have
karate chop in the throat, bro.
Yeah, if you have kids and you see that movie,
it hits you.
It hits.
I can see that though.
Yeah, but you can't feel it the way they feel it. Did I tell you the story? I was working with.
You don't get it.
No, but I had I was playing the Interstellar soundtrack, right?
Okay.
But the Cornfield Chase song, right?
Yeah.
I was playing like a house mix, like a house remix.
Okay, that's
of
so
that
you.
song,
This
right?
is the most you statement I've ever heard.
And the guy's like, turn that off. I can't think of that movie. I'm gonna cry right now.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Is he a parent?
Yeah, he's got 2 kids.
I guess that is a mind effort. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mind effort.
Yeah.
Just to leave and then come back and then your daughter's older than you.
Yeah.
Doesn't even make sense. Man, that movie is so good.
Yeah. Christopher Nolan's up there too, you know, if we're talking directors.
Yo, absolutely. So in the midst of all this Will Smith news that's been popping up, did you see that he was supposed to get Inception?
No.
So he was offered Neo, which everybody knows. That's widely known. He was offered Neo in the Matrix, turned that down to do Wild Wild West.
Okay.
Big mistake. He was offered Django.
That's hilarious.
Turned that down.
Good.
Yeah. And to be fair, that's what, say goodbye to Massa. He just starts dancing after.
No, he does this one.
It's all Fresh Prince. Oh my God. I kind of want to see that now. That's a free sketch idea right there. Just do Fresh Prince Django. So he was offered Neo in the Matrix, he was offered Django, and he was offered the main lead in Inception.
Oh, what's his face?
DiCaprio. And you know, the Matrix, I guess I get, because at the time, it's like I even heard like the pitch for the Matrix was wild.
Okay.
Like people, when the Wachowskis pitched the Matrix, I heard like people didn't really understand what was going on.
Like, people are still trying to figure it out.
They're like, you got to read Simulacra and freaking all these like crazy, like thick books. And Django, I understand. For Will Smith as an actor, especially at that time in his career, too many N-bombs. Probably like it was just way too aggressive of a film for Will Smith. I get for his character. I get it. But how, after the Dark Knight trilogy, are you turning down anything Christopher Nolan? Does that make sense to you? He said the pitch was also weird for that one, which I can understand.
For Inception.
Yeah, I could see that. Sure. Christopher Nolan walks in and he's like, look, you're in a dream, you fall in a bathtub off a bridge. he's like, you're young, old. Are you alive? Your wife is maybe dead. Like, your kids though, spinning tops.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you pitch it. But I think after the trilogy of Dark Knight comes out, you look at Christopher Nolan and then you look at his body of work, Memento, Insomnia, which if you haven't seen, go watch that movie. Like, have you seen Insomnia?
No.
You've seen Memento?
Nope.
So you only know, what do you know of Nolan for you to say that?
Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Interstellar.
To be fair, you know some incredible movies.
Yeah.
I don't even, I can't, there's no homework on the podcast anymore. But I would almost really want you to, I wouldn't even know which to tell you to watch. Memento's shorter.
Okay.
Insomnia, bro. Oh, man. I think personally Insomnia is the better movie, but you need like 2.5 hours.
Is Insomnia a horror movie?
It's a psychological thriller with Al Pacino and Robin Williams.
Oh.
Bruh. It's like loose breakdown of the movie. It's like he's a
guy that can't sleep.
No, well, Al Pacino's a detective, sent to Alaska to figure out this unsolved murder.
Oh, and because they have 30 days of day.
Exactly. So he develops like whatever while he's out in
Yeah.
I there's nothing I could tell you that would even.
That's spoiler enough. We'll leave it there.
It's a perfect movie. And it's like probably Robin Williams' best role. I was talking about this with a friend the other day, and we were talking about Robin Williams, and he said, I think Robin was better in all his non-comedy roles. Like, have you seen much of his movies?
I saw Jumanji.
Okay. That's a great movie. Is that it?
Probably.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Didn't see that one.
Aladdin?
Yeah, but that's old.
Jumanji is just as old, bro.
I know.
When do you think Jumanji came out?
92?
Yeah. And Aladdin was like 93.
Yeah. He played the genie. I know. I just haven't. I've probably seen it, but what I mean, it's old is I saw it back
like you
when
were
I
too
was
young.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Same with Jumanji, but then that movie with the giant mosquitoes traumatized.
I think there is something to Robin Williams having been a better like serious actor than a comedic actor.
But they do say comedic actors are better at doing serious roles.
Of course they are, but they're never taken seriously. That's the problem. Jim Carrey went through that whole thing with his career.
Yeah. I mean, Bryan Cranston, one of the greats.
Bryan Cranston did not deal with that.
No.
Bryan Cranston is a super G. Whatever happened in his career to go from Malcolm in the Middle to Breaking Bad.
That was the transition.
But there was no, like, nobody looked at it as, maybe actually. I don't really remember exactly what the reception was. But I know that people were hooked immediately on that show. So
It's a great show.
But like, no, like, I guess it's different for Jim Carrey because it's movies, right? Like there's build up and all that stuff to a movie the way there isn't for a show. Like Breaking
promotional
Bad just
material?
comes out and like you get to judge it right away. Whereas the movie is like you hear about it way before.
True.
And nobody just wanted to take him seriously.
Yeah.
What would be the best? I think The Cable Guy was the first time and that was a flop, but now it's like seen as a cult hit. Now, The Number 23. I personally like that movie, but
That's Jim Carrey, right?
That's Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I personally like it.
Is Nicolas Cage considered a comedic actor?
Hell no, but I think he is.
no.
But I think he is like not for the right reasons.
Well, he's high level comedy.
The bees, no, not the bees, not the bees. He took his face off, bro. That movie makes me want to punch a wall. You ever see Face Off? This is just, I shouldn't even ask you these questions. No. Face Off, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. The whole premise, this could only happen in the 90s. The whole premise is John Travolta is like a murderer. And I forget exactly how it happens, but there's a surgery that happens to where he switches faces with Nicolas Cage.
Oh my goodness.
So now Nicolas Cage
Face swap.
He's not the murderer, but he's in the murderer's body.
Hold on.
They swap, so yeah.
They swap faces, but his consciousness
because they swap faces.
Yeah.
Like nobody can tell that. You know what I mean? Like it's like a body swap. It's like a body swap movie.
Yeah, but did his consciousness go with his face?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But I know enough that, like, I think the character was Nicolas Cage and his wife, or Nicolas Cage was the murderer. Either way, one of them's a murderer and one of them's a family man.
Okay.
And I think it was John Travolta who's the family man because he has this thing with his wife. The dumbest thing I've ever seen in a movie. Like their little couple thing that they do together.
Okay.
This is what they do together. He takes his hand and he four fingers and a thumb just streaks it down her face.
Is he blind?
And no, but he's essentially doing the blind man reading your face thing.
Yeah.
And that's their little couple thing. Okay. So when they swap faces, the way he gets his wife to know it's him is he does the stupid friggin' face swipe. People love the movie. It's still like, it's a fun 90s action
Who
flavor.
directed that one?
I think it's a big time actor too, or director. I want to say Ang Lee, but that sounds super wrong. Super wrong.
Did you see the news of all news? Michael Bay directed the next Transformers movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I know you're hype. But I'm a little afraid now.
Why?
Because I'm about to see black people that can't read as Transformers again. Yeah, what up, nigga? Yeah. No, homie. Yeah, homie. Was that Key and Peele when they were Transformers? They're the most.
It was the SpongeBob guys.
Derogatory.
I thought it was the SpongeBob voice.
Whatever it was.
Okay, but was Jazz derogatory?
A little bit.
Was cracker players?
Less so than whatever the Key and Peele did.
This seems like a cool place to kick it. That's a Jazz.
You're off the show. You know it's gonna be
want
great.
a piece of me?
It's gonna be great spectacle, and because Michael Bay's back on board, I feel like this is gonna be back on the esoteric side of the game. No, they all are. They all are.
They're one of the most esoteric.
The last one where they go to Peru to friggin' not the animated one, the live action.
Have you seen the animated one yet?
No, you've told me to, but I can't. I tried. I don't know. I don't like the animation style.
Just watch the freaking movie.
No, I have to like it to sit down for 2 hours.
Watching the movie is gonna make you like it. How do you know if
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
What?
I tried, I said.
How far do you make?
Like 15, 20 minutes? Bro, how much more do you need to give something before you're like, I'm into it? No.
Well, but the movie is the whole package.
Yeah, but if I can't get into it, why am I going to watch the whole package?
Question.
Okay,
Hold on, question.
I had a few bites of this meal that tastes like poo to me. I eat the whole meal to see if I like the meal?
But question.
This is why I yelled at you earlier.
What is the meal? Is it like a one piece of steak where it's uniform like food? Or is it like there's components to the steak, to the dish?
To the dish.
I've been watching a lot of beef.
Well, okay, if the first 20 movies, you've been watching The Bear. I've been wanting to get into that,
It's
but
pretty good.
I hear. It looks decent too.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay shows like
That
when
you
I'm
would love
when
The
I'm
Bear.
cooking and stuff, so I'm like, I should watch The Bear.
You should.
Damn, what was I gonna say? Nah, it's not that important.
Look.
What's the can you get the timer up? Are we half an hour into this shit?
Yes. If you're like, you played 15 minutes of Ghost and you're like, that's it.
Okay, I can't think of the last time I played a game. First of all, games I give more time than 20 minutes. A movie is a one-time sit, and it's only 2 hours, so that's a finite experience. A video game, you do need a few hours to really know. Like,
But I'm asking.
Like
Answer
everybody's
the
talking
question.
about. Oh, you're the best. You're one of my favorite people. That's a good inside joke. I deserve to be yelling. You should just yell at me. What the hell is the question?
If you only gave Ghost 15 minutes in the beginning and you're like, oh, that's how the whole game is going to be.
Video games you can't do that with. Video games are 30 to 40 hour experiences. You need at least 1 to 5 hours.
Why can you do that for movies?
Because 1 to 5 hours is the whole movie. Yeah. Now I just sat through something I already know. I could tell I don't like.
But it goes through like.
But you know what it was initially, like mainly.
Oh, so you didn't answer my other question.
Which? Oh, you're gonna be on me now for answering questions.
The steak. If it's just one steak and you eat like, okay, well, it's cooked, like it's extra well done.
You take one bite out of a steak, you could tell if it's raw, if it's overcooked, if it's undercooked. Okay,
but a steak is one component. A steak is one component dish.
It's the main component.
No, but I'm saying
the veggies are the main component.
No. If there's other things like on the plate, like if it's like a full course meal, like there's all this, and then there's the potatoes and the gravy.
What the
Only
happening
tried
right-
the steak.
First of all, yo, you're driving me up a wall today. The meal is steak and.
Yeah.
So the meal is the steak.
Yes.
The sides are the
movie
sides.
is the beginning and the middle and the end.
And if you can't get into the beginning, if I cut this steak and
Yeah.
it's raw,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat the whole steak.
No, but you might eat the potatoes.
So okay, so let me skip in 30 minutes into the movie now. What the hell are we talking about?
No, just
It's
watch
a
the
movie.
movie. It's a sick movie.
I think you're just advocating because it's Transformers. But if this was anything else, you wouldn't go this ham for it.
It's a sick movie. Did you watch Godzilla -1?
I did.
Sick movie.
Better than Godzilla X Kong. That one and you know what? I watched that whole movie and I didn't really enjoy it.
What, you didn't like where he did the suplex onto the pyramids?
I thought it was
That
cornball.
That was fire.
Why are kaiju doing wrestling moves?
Because they've always been doing wrestling moves.
They've been doing suplexes and shit.
The older ones.
Hurricanranas?
Yeah, the older ones.
Five-star frog splash.
Yeah, the older ones. You ever seen those ones? Like the old guys.
Godzilla figure 4 Red Rock.
No, the old ones where they had guys in the suits. They're like doing wrestling moves on each other. One guy does like a drop kick.
I can't wait till the next Godzilla where he's doing parkour in between buildings and shit. He puts a bandana
Well,
on.
actually,
Sick.
no. Well, in Godzilla Kong, he's like running and then he jumps
you
off
are
the
right.
one rock and then he does the tail spin.
Which Godzilla do you like? Slow moving, methodical, freaking, or ninjutsu friggin' kaiju?
That's a good question.
Wow, you really love Godzilla. This is like picking between two of my kids.
Which Godzilla do I like more? Like in terms of like the character.
Fast.
I will say, Godzilla -1.
I think that's the best Godzilla.
The atomic breath, my favorite.
I think just even the way it's portrayed.
Yeah.
It's like you fear that Godzilla.
Yeah, but even like Godzilla 2014, like that one was.
Is that the Bryan Cranston one?
Yeah, he was flexing on niggas.
I think you would absolutely lose
King of
your
the
mind
Monsters?
if Michael Bay directed a Godzilla movie.
I wish Michael Bay directed a Godzilla.
Look at that.
That's why I love Transformers.
You are a real spectacle guy.
Yeah.
Like in Transformers, you don't really care about the story, do you?
No, I do, but also
Less so.
It's esoteric.
Yeah.
I will say this. In like the Bumblebee movies and stuff, I'm like, yo, get all this human shit out of here. Just give me the robots.
Get back to the Kabbalion.
Yeah, exactly.
Get back to the Kabbalion. All right, let's actually talk comedy.
Pacific Rim.
We're 40 minutes into a comedy
that's kaijus
podcast.
and giant robots.
Oh, there's kaijus in that?
In Pacific Rim.
I never watched it.
Oh.
That's the one with the mech suits, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought
Why
it
do
was,
they have a giant mech suit?
I thought it was mech suits on mech suits.
No, they built the mech suits to fight the
Kaiju. Is it Godzilla or just other kaijus?
Other kaijus.
Okay.
But then in the second one,
Okay.
there's a rogue mech
I'm
suit.
sorry.
So now it's mech
I'm sorry
suit
to the listeners.
on mech suit.
I
But we don't
apologize.
talk about the second one.
All right, let's wrap this ish up. This podcast is over, bro. The podcast is over.
This is wasting time.
This is nuts. We're gonna do a quick comedy recap like last week, and then we'll do comedy screens and we'll get the hell out of here. But yeah, you guys know what this is. Every week we come here to talk mainly comedy, which to be honest, I kind of like the last couple of weeks. Like we need to kind of freshen things up, I think. And I
spent
think
20 minutes on Wes Anderson.
bro, that's still comedy related. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm more open to just like being less rigid about the comedy ish.
That's fair.
As long because we're comedians in a podcast, so as long as we bring funny. But it's still we need to talk about comedy. Like
We do.
this, yeah,
Let's-
which we're gonna do right now, ladies and gentlemen. Comedy recaps. Every week, Dante and myself come into the studio and break down what we've been up to in the world of comedy, all the shows, all the travels, all the this and that's. Again, let's keep it short this week.
Yep.
You want to start? I kicked off the last few ones.
I did 2 shows this week,
Okay.
2 mics. One of them was a 5-minute at CFTA. Got to try working on some new stuff.
Oh, you were at CFTA this week?
Yeah.
How
Someone
was it?
said you were at the one a couple weeks back.
Yeah, when you weren't.
Yeah, because I was in
I'm like, oh,
Toronto.
let's go surprise Dante. and then I looked online, you're like, oh, you're booked. I was actually like,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
at the corner.
You're booked at the corner. That's fire, bro. I'd rather see that.
Yeah.
You know? You're moving on.
I'm booked on another show
Okay.
This next Thursday.
Promote, baby.
I'm
Promote.
booked at the Comedy Lab for Thursday, July 3rd.
All right.
First time being booked at the Comedy Lab.
All right. Do you have your dress? I'm joking. That's just a fun little joke about the comedy. I love the Comedy Lab. Shout out Danton. Shout out Danton.
But yeah, so anyways, so
I can't look at you now.
so I had a joke that I wanted to do last week.
Yeah.
But there are certain parameters that needed to be met for the show for me to be able to do the joke.
Oh, did you get your dress? Just I love the Comedy Lab. I'm just fucking around.
But this week the parameters were met, so I got to run the joke.
Yeah.
And it did really well. And then also I was able to weave in a little bit of crowd work with that goes into the material.
Oh, like both of them?
Yeah. So like I'm like, this is crowd work. And then I was talking to this guy's friend. And then I'm like, have you ever noticed?
You made it personal for him.
Exactly. Because everyone else had already seen Garbage Bags.
Yeah.
So I made it personal to the one guy that hasn't seen it.
Did it hit
And
for
then
him?
it hit. Oh, he was dying.
You're learning.
I'm learning.
Young Padawan.
And then yesterday.
You are tapping into parts of the force that some deem unnatural. No, you laugh.
But yesterday did a road trip with a few other comedians.
Yeah.
To Welland for an open mic.
Okay.
Which is like an hour and a half, basically, from Milton. And did a 7-minute spot.
Yeah.
Had all my jokes. Didn't look at the phone. Went through for the whole 7 minutes. Crisp, clean. In and out.
Sakai.
Yeah.
Did you said you tried new stuff?
I've been working on new stuff.
How's that been for you?
It's been good.
Like, are they recently written or are they stuff that you've like written down and just waited to try?
Recently written. So I wrote them maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so I tried it on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then we did the graduation show for the workshop. And I had forgot a section of jokes that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I just brought the new stuff that I was working on.
Perfect.
And then it hit. And then Kenny's
That's
like,
a great feeling.
And then Kenny's like, man, like that new stuff, that was some of the best stuff I've seen you write. I was like, yeah.
Because it's new. It's only going to get better. Hell yeah.
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 So,
boy.
So I've been adding on to that. And now my opening joke, where before it was just a one laugh thing, I extended my opening joke to like the main laugh and then 2 tags after.
My nigga. My nigga.
So now I can sign off with like a nice 3-piece
I
combination.
see why you want that Ari Lennox shirt. You're feeling nice.
Hell yeah.
I got my girl with me. Has she put out new music, by the way?
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so she just got released by...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to the podcast listeners. I apologize. Transformers, Ari Lennox. What's next? What am I going to talk about next? Oh, shit.
But yeah, it was a good week, and I'm happy that I did that 7-minute spot.
Yeah,
with all the new stuff that I was bringing in, plus the old stuff. A little bit of.
I'm so proud of you, bro. Like you're entrenched in the scene. You're doing road gigs with people of your ilk, like in your class, and
yeah,
you're. It's so nice to see, bro.
Yeah.
I have been in some sort of a writing haze, which is the opposite of a writing funk. I've been writing furiously. Like the ideas have been free flowing. I'm flowing straight from the survival scrolls. My thoughts ain't your thoughts. Cut that bitch off. You don't know this?
What is it from?
Cut that bitch off right now, please, on YouTube. I know we start with memes, but damn, you know this as soon as you see it. No, that. You don't know this?
I promise.
Next caller, me. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Bitch, I'm flowing straight from the survival scroll. Cut that bitch off.
Next caller. That's the greatest TV preacher of all time, bro.
I haven't seen that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm maybe dating myself, but like that's such an OG. And he has a ton. He's like crip walking while he's reading the Bible. This is like community access television back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was I talking about?
Your comedy.
So I've been writing. I've been writing a ton. I was at a different night show yesterday in London, Ontario, Rec Room. And I'm so happy. Like they've really figured out these Rec Room shows because Rec Room is like Dave and Buster's or like Chuck E. Cheese for adults, essentially.
Palladium.
So you can hear all the arcade stuff in the back, but they've separated it enough and made the atmosphere. Like they figured out the formula.
Okay.
And it wasn't a full show. There was like 40 people. But it's summertime. Bro, when I tell you, like, that's why I said I was flowing straight from the survival scroll. Cause I swear, bro, I hit like a stream of consciousness. Yesterday was like the set I needed at the time I needed it. Not like I'm in a funk or anything, but I haven't done a lot of just brand new stuff in a minute.
Okay.
So I challenged myself. I wrote, bro, I was like making myself laugh for like 2 days. Just repeating this joke to myself. So I knew it's about timeline jumping.
Okay.
And something just took over, bruh. Like, I think I did in the span of like 20, 25 minutes. Like I hit all the new jokes and newer jokes. I did some of the older ones, but the way I was riffing, bro. And it was one of those ones where I'm like, should I record this? I'm like, nah. And I went over this in my mind like 4 or 5 times before I went up, trying to decide if I should record my set or not. And I swear this always is a thought to me now because it's happened so many times. I'm like, every time I don't record, it's just one of the most banger sets. Thankfully, I'm at the point now where like, even if I do record, I'm still hitting that mark.
Yeah.
But I just said to myself, F it. I don't know. I just like, I hate the idea that I have to, I don't know, you know me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do shit just because we all have to like,
Yeah.
Sometimes I like just leaving the experience just for the room. Which sounds weird, but I swear it's like, it's almost like a spiritual thing to me, bro. It's like, this is our
moment.
This is our moment. Like I was doing this face off. Oh my God. I was doing this Jerry Seinfeld riff that I kept calling back to. It was such a perfect call. And it was a stupid, but the way I used it, like, I think I just started with one of my newer jokes that brought me to, and they're trying to get me to hate Jerry Seinfeld online now. I'm not going to do it. Like, and then I brought up that whatever these memes I've been seeing of Jerry and stuff. And then I got to Kramer. And then I'm like, and then I'm egging the crowd on to call me the N-word because I'm in London. I'm like, come on, I know you want to do it. And they're all dying, bro. They're all dying. I'm like, this guy's done it for sure. And then I go to his girl. I'm like, has he said it before? And she looks at him, but she doesn't say anything. I'm like, yeah, check Zeus. And everybody just dies. And then I kept like, it was just like pure flow, bro. Like I'm flowing straight from the survival scrolls. Like that's how it felt. I got off stage. And it's just like, yo, I got this.
Yeah.
I just it's the online shit. I got the joke stuff down pat. I have ideas for all the other stuff. But I feel content, but that I don't think is necessarily a good thing. I think that's actually led to me not pushing myself in the online space as much. I feel like there is a complacency to my belief system. I do have to push the boundaries at some point.
You do have to evolve. It's
not even a thing of evolving because I'm constantly evolving. Like, bro, even the sketches now, I'm still writing sketch ideas. Like every once in a while, I'll tell you we're gonna do it this week, but like it doesn't happen. But the ideas to me are like bang on.
You know what you should do? You should just sell them to people.
It's kind of like film them like bare bones skeleton just so they get the framework. Just the ideas,
just
like I'm selling jokes.
Just sell. Yeah, you could be a joke dealer,
That's
sketch dealer.
Kind of funny.
No, because like Lil Yachty does this for a lot of other artists, but he'll like
write songs,
write the melody, and then just like, here, this is for you.
Yeah.
So,
well, that doesn't help me build an audience. It's a little different because he's getting money for the song regardless. He's getting residuals and all that stuff.
You get money from the skits, and then people like
potentially. I mean, who am I selling? Who am I selling them to? I mean, maybe actually.
I'm funny comedian.
I'm the ghostwriter. I'm the ghostwriter for.
Yeah,
I can get some of the. Yo, if you're a bum comedian, call Zeus. And I can help you out real quick. I don't even want the credit. Just give me some cash and send some followers my way.
Yeah.
I sold merch. You'd be proud. I sold merch yesterday. I sold merch. It was one of those. The guy ran up to me after. Black Zeus. He ran up to me. Do you got anything?
Yeah.
He asked me if I had a shirt. I'm like, I didn't bring the shirts.
You have to bring them every time.
I guess that's the right here.
That's the box.
No, those are the unprinted shirts.
Those are the
unprinted shirts. Those are the unprinted shirts.
That box has never left this room.
I brought everything else.
Yeah.
But even still, just gauging on what the show was, I had a banger set. Yeah. But I'm like, I went to my car. I'm like, I'm not bringing the posters in. I brought magnets and patches and stuff. But I think it's really smart. I was talking to Hershon after we were talking about merch and stuff. And he was asking me like, because he brought stickers out too.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I really think it's smart, especially if you're in this game, bro. You have to have like a range of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like don't just have the high end,
no,
a shirt, or don't just have like a bare bones sticker. Like have a range of stuff.
Yeah. You have to have the whole ladder.
Correct. And
you
because of that,
bottom stoop.
Which go ahead.
Well, no, like because if you have a ladder, right, and you want people to get on the ladder, but the first step is all the way up here, a lot of people aren't going to get on the ladder. But if you've got the buttons, the stickers, the patches, all at the bottom, and then so that someone like, okay, you know what, I'll pay $5 for this, then they're in at $5, and then you sell CDs.
He ran back to me too. He was so happy because he's like, wait, are these press-on patches? Because they're the heat patches. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, that makes me happy to know that he actually wants to, like, he has such a good time. He's gonna put my shit on some shit.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
And now he's a walking billboard for you.
Correct.
Yo, where'd you get that sick patch, man?
See, that's where you start to lose me. I know, but I'm a loser. I'm an artist. Yeah, like I'm an artist to my bones. I don't give a about I love the connection.
Yeah.
I connected with someone.
And that's sick.
To me, it's cool. It's a bonus that he's a walking billboard, sure, but there's no way I'm gonna look at him as a walking billboard.
No, but I'm saying because then people are gonna be like, yo, that's a sick patch. Where'd you get that?
Of course.
Oh, I saw it from this funny comedian. Yo, here's the social media.
I get it. It's a wildfire. It just spreads.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like you know me, bro. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this.
I'm calling you Lord Shimura from now on.
We'll see what happens when I get to the end.
Yeah, you'll see.
If I take that honorable ending or not. Bro, he bitch slapped me. And after you trying to claim me as your son, you're going to bitch slap me? This is a video game talk, by the way. We're talking video games.
Comedy Streets?
I don't know which dead horse hits me more in a video game. Ghosts or Shadow of the Colossus? I think Shadow of the Colossus, bro, it guts you when it happens.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, for a 30-year-old game. If you are thinking about it, my bad. You actually should play Shadow of the Colossus, but damn, bro, that hits hard.
Yeah.
It hits hard. Because he yeah. All right, we're gonna no, we're not doing Comedy Streets. I'm out of here, bro. What time is it?
4:18.
Yeah, I gotta bounce. It's a 54-minute episode. We did it. We talked a bunch of comedy. Absolute podcast. I think we did it this week. Do you have anything you want to add?
No.
We hit our comedy talk, I think.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
To me, actually, this is more in line with, I think, the next evolution of the podcast. Getting out of the rigidness of just purely like comedy recap, comedy screeds. We mix all the comedy stuff in there, but I think I'm more open to having more basic dialogue. Talking movies and shit and talking life. Because I really do like some of the inspos would be like 5150 and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, they are just talking shop. Yeah, this is barbershop shit.
Yeah.
Which is the best combo.
Yeah.
And I think if we're trying to expand and get like, even if people are interested in comedy, I think it's harder to bring them in with just like, oh, it's these two guys who we don't even know. week to week breaking down their week in comedy, which is cool. Like, again, love and respect to the people who are interested enough to, but there also needs to be something to get people interested.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, let's see what they were up to every week and go watch Black Zeus, the show with latest episodes on the channel right now.
Yep.
Go support, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can't support us live wherever we are, we're in Ontario, Canada, go support live comedy wherever you are. Because the next Dave Chappelle, Patrice O'Neill, Joan Rivers, the next great George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Bill Burr. The next is right in your neighborhood, and they just need a little bit of support. But before we get out of here, Dante, do you have any final words for the people?
Come see me at Comedy Lab Thursday, July 3rd.
Bless. And where can people find you online?
You can follow me online at Shay Dante, CheZDante.
Follow your boy. I'm AKA Black Zeus on all the socials, but right here's the place to be. If you haven't already, hit that sub. You can find me on Instagram also. That's AKA Black Zeus. But once again, Black Zeus, the channel, is the place to be. If you're a fan of comedy and just random shop talk, go check out any of the movies we talked about today. You can't miss. You cannot miss.
Yeah.
But other than that, this has been Black Zeus, the podcast, season 6, episode 24. Until next week, love y'all. Peace, peace.
Hey, it's Hen Dog.
Black Zeus, the podcast, season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus